Well, hello, boys and girls, those who bounce in between. It's Comrade Dankey here again today. It feels like it's been forever since I posted a video, although it's only been 2 weeks. My computer has been giving me a little bit of trouble, so I haven't been able to upload for a while, and I've been getting withdrawals. Don't worry though, I've been hard at work in real life trying to organize and set up my own communist club at my own local campus. But in the meantime, I have received over the course of several weeks now a series of questions by a user named Bosshelix, which I will hopefully I will answer them. Thank you so much, Bosshelix, for asking me these questions. So these are the Dear Dankey questions. So this is Dear Dankey the Wilderness. He asks, ever spend much time out in the hunting, camping, or fishing? If so, do you have any interesting tales or info you'd like to pass on? Here recently I've been missing all the time I spent out in the woods when I was younger. Hopefully soon I can get back to that and see if I actually remember anything they tried to cram into my head in Scouts. Well, that's interesting. I was actually in Scouts myself. I didn't get very far. I stopped when I was, I don't know, like 10. I actually wasn't in like the Boy Scouts. I was in the Cub Scouts, which was sort of like Scouts for little kids. So yeah, it was strange. It was very patriotic, very conservative minded, reactionary in that regard. Of course, we all know the Boy Scouts controversy about having gay scout leaders, all that stuff. Yeah, fun times. So as far as me spending time outdoors, I got a doozy of a story to tell you, friend. So back when I was at college, me and a couple of my roommates decided to go on a camping trip. So we went canoeing down a river, and I didn't eat anything all day. That was for a very specific reason. When we got back to the campground, I was on an empty stomach now, and I had been rowing all day, so I was tired and I was hungry. So I decided to bust out my mushrooms, alright? And these weren't the kinds of mushrooms that go on the pizza, although you could do that. But these were the kinds of mushrooms that hippies like to ingest. So I ate them with a slice of orange, and I started tripping balls about an hour in. My roommates got the kebabs going up on the campfire, but unfortunately by the time the kebabs were ready, I was tripping too hard to eat them. It's not that I couldn't eat, but that the sensation of eating felt weird. So I can't really describe it, but all the trees were moving around. It was like somebody uploaded a texture pack to the world, and all the textures were moving. It was really cool. We went on a short hike. Yeah, 10 out of 10, do recommend. Great fun job. So this is the next Dear Dankey question. Smoking. Do you smoke? Though what I really want to find out is, if you do, what's the worst shit you've smoked? Because holy fuck, I bought a pack of these smokes called This. Shit's like $2.99 a pack, but goddamn are they rough. Like putting tobacco in a wrapper made out of the air filter in a car. By the way, cheers for 500 subscribers. Pretty sure at this point, more people like you than Bill Lee. So here's to you, future Governor Commissar Dankey. That would be a dream come true for me. You know, if I was the governor, I would surround myself with experts. First of all, I don't have the expertise to I don't go around and pretend like I have all the answers, but that being said, I have a feeling that I have more of a passion for the people than somebody like Bill Lee. I have a feeling like if Volkswagen said, hey, you want to shut down this union effort at the Nissan plant or wherever it was, I would say, no thank you, buddy boy. to the gulag with you. So I actually responded down here, but I'll sort of retell the story. So I was very desperate one day, and I scraped some black gunk out of my pipe, and it smelled like burning rubber, and it tastes not much better. It was sort of akin to like gasoline, rubber, and just like burning metal. That's what it tasted like. It was horrible. And I don't recommend doing it. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth afterward. It was just not good. It was not good at all. Some of the other things I've done, I've gone through my old ashes and I've re-smoked that, because sometimes you can get like 1 or 2 hits off of it, but Jesus Christ, it's, you know, when I say desperate, I'm talking like desperate. When you're smoking the gunk, when you're smoking the goop, you know, sometimes I just say, you know what, it's better just not, just don't even try, just fuck it, man. I'll go without. Let's see. Here's the third question. My favorite dumb activity. What's your favorite thing that you do that really doesn't do or mean anything? You just do it because you got in the habit of doing it, and stopping would just be odd. Personally, it's keeping a paper calendar. I don't write anything on it, and my phone is where all my scheduling and events go, but I still tick the days off every day. No, that's actually not a bad idea. I don't keep a paper calendar just because I check my computer or I check my phone, but you know, I do have a habit of forgetting when I've made arrangements, and then I have to scramble at the last minute to get there. So maybe I should keep a paper calendar or a planner or something like that. Let's see. But as far as like a dumb activity, it doesn't really do or mean anything. I mean, I guess playing video games is sort of like that dumb activity. I have put probably like 1,500 hours into Civilization 5, and it's not something I'm proud of, because I'll play the game for several hours trying to build my communist utopia, and then I'll just think to myself, you know what? I've just wasted my fucking time here. I've just wasted like 4 hours, 5 hours. So, I don't know. There's some video games that I really, really enjoy. My current kick now is Monster Hunter, so I'm trying to really, you know, but I tend to focus just on one game at a time. And when I get sick of it, I move on. So, I guess video games is sort of like that dumb activity. I don't know. A lot of people don't consider video games like dumb, but it's not like I'm reading a book or learning anything. I'm just kind of, you know, mashing buttons and getting stars in Paper Mario. It whatever. That being said, I do like Donkey Kong, so, you know, there you go. Dear Dankey, the booze of choice. Firstly, I'll preface this by to be mostly an utter waste of my time, and most likely any that read this. I don't think that's true. But I sort of wanted to ask Dankey some questions that aren't exactly politically based. Maybe sometimes they will be, but for the most part not so. But are much more mundane. So I really should have started with this question. That's my own mistake there. So this leads me to my first question. Dear Dankey, do you drink alcohol much? If so, are you someone who prefers beer, liquor, wine, or even mixed drinks? Any recommends? Alright, so, when I first turned 21, I didn't really drink before I was 21 all that much. I had some beers every now and then, but when I turned 21, I kind of went wild. Dankey went ham, and it got to the point where Dankey was driving to Kentucky every fucking weekend to buy a bunch of booze, because I lived in a dry county at the time. And so I experimented with a bunch of stuff. Scotch, rum, vodka. I never tried tequila, but gin. And I gotta say, my favorite as far as like a hard drink is rum. I like the taste of rum, especially like Captain Morgan's or the Kragan, or just a good rum. And Dr. Pepper, rum and Dr. Pepper, that tastes pretty darn good. And then, but I was the kind of person, I wanted to get fucked up, so I would just do shots of vodka, which is pretty much like drinking rubbing alcohol. It burned, but it's just like I'd rather just get it down quick than fill my belly up on just like 5 or 6 beers. So I was sort of like not too much of a beer fan, because it's like I can either take like 3 shots and get blitzed, or I'll have to drink like 4 beers. So I mean, I didn't want to drink that much liquid, so I'd wind up just doing shots. But that caught up with me. That came back to bite me in the ass. One night I drank a shit ton of gin, and this wasn't good gin either. This was like bottom shelf fucking peach infused gin, and I mixed it with peach infused tonic water. We were making gin and tonics, and it was a horrible idea. It tasted like ass. My roommate kept sort of goading me into it. He was peer pressuring me, and since I was drunk off my ass, I didn't say no because I didn't have judgment. And so before I knew it, I had drank a lot of gin. I combined that with wine, I combined that with beer, which you're never supposed to do. And needless to say, I got so fucking sick that night. I threw up, I passed out, I threw up again, I get knocked down, and I get up again, but I didn't because I was passed out, I was shit-faced drunk, and the next day I woke up, I felt like I was dying, and I was like, damn, this must be what a hangover's like. But in retrospect, my friends, I was not hungover. I had gotten alcohol poisoning. And I could have maybe died, I don't know, but basically I was fucked up for a whole week. People were like, oh, you get hungover, you get like a headache, and you feel sick the next day. And nuh-uh, my friends, I was like bedridden for a week after that. So yeah. Ever since that fateful night, my brain has rejected alcohol. I can have some beers and stuff, and I can get a little tipsy, but the second I cross this very fine threshold, this very, very, like, nanometer sized threshold, I get the spins, I get nauseous, and then it's just a downhill experience from there, ladies and gentlemen. It sucks. But nowadays, I like beer. Just, 1 or 2 with a meal, with a burger, with chili, something spicy. I like to combine beer with it. Beer and sushi is another strange combo I've discovered that I like. So yeah, just savory foods and beer go well together. So yeah, thank you, Bosshelix, for these questions. It's nice to concern myself with stuff that's not really political. But yeah, keep them coming, you guys. I love these questions, and I will do my darndest to answer any questions you might have.